Hey everybody, welcome to Spikey Saturday number 266 on the Mana Leek. I'm John as always, and we are waiting for our Zendikar draft table to fill up. Still enjoying this format, still seems to be evolving, it seems like it will always evolve because it seems like there's not one single thing that is the thing to do. And I think that is probably going to make me walk away from this format rather enjoying it. I've really enjoyed it so far. So that's 2 sets in a row that I've liked quite a bit, and there's our table ready. As a reminder, October 31st, which is 2 weeks from today, I will be over on twitch.tv/themanaleek doing my 24-hour charity stream for Extra Life, raising money for my local children's hospital in memory of my sister, and giving away a ton of stuff like these Zendikar Rising Collector's Booster Packs. They're not actually see-through, but chroma keys do what they do. And other stuff. WizKids Games is sending some more stuff again this year. I might get some stuff from WotC. We've got $100 worth of Card Hoarder MTGO bot credit if you want to play some MTGO. We've got a whole bunch of Inked Gaming gift certificates, tons of stuff, and it's super fun. Hang out, watch me play a whole lot of Magic, Jackbox games, Choice Chamber, all kinds of fun stuff like that. We've got a Deadly Alliance here versus a Roiling Regrowth, I think are the only two real picks here. If you want to do the green thing, this is a way to go. I don't believe the green thing. The proponents of the green thing don't know if they believe the green thing anymore. So I'm just going to take this Deadly Alliance and feel pretty happy with some very good removal. We also vaguely cut black. Maybe we can get into Clerics again because I do really like Clerics. But let's take that Deadly Alliance. Following up, we've got some things. We've got an Into the Royal. We've got a Merfolk Falconer, which is a card I've literally never drafted. I guess this is the only place I ever see this card is when there's a rare in the pack that's better than it. I guess we just take it. It's a very good card. It's a Wind Elemental, Air Elemental, which is amazing. And it's got a nice little bonus if we do kick some stuff. Unfortunately, this pack is very blue. There's 2 very good blue cards here. It's also rather kicker. But I don't want this black, and this is the best card. So let's take Falconer. Following that, we could just take a Subtle Strike. I really enjoy myself some Subtle Strikes. Oh, sorry. Never mind. This art doesn't stand out for me for some reason. For some reason, I look at it, especially in small size. I'm just like, no, it's land destruction or something, or maybe it's just Roiling Regrowth, but they got the border wrong. I don't know. But no, it's actually amazing, amazing, amazing removal / reach to hit your opponent's face. Royal Eruption is great, and it's the best card here by far. I'm kind of wondering what uncommon was taken over it. It had to be a Bloodchief's Thirst, or maybe somebody just jumping into a gold-colored card very, very quickly. But we're going to take this Royal Eruption. It's a fantastic card. Who are we playing with early this morning? Anybody? Probably not. So here we've got the Blight Priest. If we do end up in Clerics, it's better than the Blast, a Marasa, a Brute, a Mucklord, a Strength, a Tempest, the Land. It's vaguely only competing with the Cat, the Felidar, or the Research, and I think I'll just take the Blight Priest here, because if we can end up in Clerics, I think it's an amazing deck to end up in. Maybe that Celebrant comes back around. The Tempest I don't care about. The Field Research is fine, but I'm not taking it over the Blight Priest. We're not going to jump into another color yet, and I think the Blight Priest is better than the Cat for what we want to end up in. So let's take the Blight Priest. I know I'm often black-white on this channel, especially on Spiky Saturdays, I think it seems, but also over on Twitch. But it's just a very good deck. Such a good deck. But the white card here is not very good, and the black cards aren't really for us either, and there is just a Synchronized Spellcraft. So I'll take a Synchronized Spellcraft. You know, maybe we end up in just black-red party or something. That could be fine. I don't want the green cards. I don't want the Colossus. I want the Spellcraft over these 2 red cards. I don't want that blue card. It's a fine blue card, but I'm not taking it over anything else here just because I have a Falconer. Let's take the Spellcraft. I think staying open is also very important for this draft format, since everything is kind of viable and nothing is explicitly more powerful than the other. You do want to stay open a little bit, which is contrary. It's kind of weird seeing some of the discourse on Limited, especially in the Limited subreddit these days. I'm not sure if it's just different people coming in with different ideas or if it's best of 1 versus best of 3, but most people are saying pick your color, pack 1, stick to it. which is wild to me because I think you really need to stay open. So we've got a Teeter Peak Ambusher here if we do want to push into the red. We also cut the red here. I took that Blight Priest to get into white, but these are not the cards that get me into white for that deck. This is actually bad in the Clerics deck because ideally you basically only have Clerics. So I think we're going to go with the Teeter Peak here and head towards maybe a black-red party. I don't need the Dread Worm. The blue is mediocre. The green is, I honestly think, bad. I just don't play Zendikar ever. So let's take the Ambusher, see where we go. So again, the black, the blue, mediocre. The white's not getting me in. The green's not getting me in. So we're taking one of these red cards. We could take a second Spellcraft or our first Rider. I think I'm fine with a second Spellcraft here. I don't think I'm sending a signal by passing a Rider. You don't want to load up on these, but the second one's fine, I think. So we'll pick that up. Bugcatcher. All right, so if we're a black-red party, Bugcatcher is going to be great. Bugcatcher's fine because it's a 2/2 for 2 on attacks. But if we're in party, it's going to be even better. There is an MDFC here in black. It's a fine one. But these have come down in value somewhat. Blue, meh, white, meh, green, good green card, but we're not heading in that direction. So take the Bugcatcher here. So we get the gold card for black-red, but it's honestly not that good. It's better than the other two cards here, so we'll pick it up. But 3 mana to give a creature menace and hopefully give it more than +1/+0. It's not really where I want to be, but if we can really party it up here, it'll be good. The black hasn't been flowing, unfortunately, but maybe we can get the lesser black. What are the lesser black party cards? I don't think there are any lesser black party cards. We'll take the Fisher Wizard here because, of course, red's going to be a little bit difficult for us to get wizards in. Black is going to be difficult for us to get wizards in. Red, we can obviously get wizards in. But this is one of the best, if not the best, red wizards, at least below rare. So we'll take this Hogger Constrictor. It probably won't make the deck. It is a classless snake, but signaling purposes are important. I'll play a Molten Blast. We are not playing this Falconer. So yeah, I think we're going to get into red-black party here, which I don't know if I've played. Let me check my spreadsheet. Although I have stopped updating my spreadsheet. It got to a point where I was like, all right, this is what my win rate looks like. I don't need this information anymore. Black-red was my first deck I ever drafted. Okay, I've drafted it a couple of times. Hey, we even get a last pick Dreadworm, which I also don't think we're going to play. No, oh, you're in the right pile. Well then, shows what I know. This is just going to be a sad pack beast. This is a blue-white pack. The singular black card should come around. This we got second last pick. This we're not really interested in. Pack beast is going to be the bomb in this deck because it's all the classes. It's going to fill in our holes. It's going to be our wizards and our warriors and whatnot, and perhaps our clerics. Because what are the black clerics that aren't priest? I can't think of them. They must exist, but I can't think of them. But this is a pretty easy pack beast for me. As well, I should call out, I think I have found an audio fix. Turns out my ludicrously expensive graphics card that I bought for Flight Simulator also has fancy AI that does incredible noise cancellation. Like I've seen videos of people with leaf blowers beside their microphone and it cancels it out. So I actually have my fan going relatively loud and my background fan going, and I don't think you'll be able to hear it. So here we get an unfortunate pack because I do really like Relic Robber. I think people are down on this. People are down on this card thinking, oh, it'll never hit. You've got Royal Eruptions, you've got Removal, it'll hit, but Rebuke is just fantastic. Like super, super, super good. Unfortunately, passing this does suggest that whichever one of these we pass, will be telling Jerry here that they should get into red. Hopefully they've already chosen to not be into red, but we'll take this Rebuke. I really want to play with Relic Robber. I've never actually cast it. We get an Electro. Oh, never mind. We get a Pack Beast. Electromancer would be great for this deck, but but I think we just want to load up on Pack Beasts, especially with 2 Spellcrafts and a Ravager's Mace and reasons to really care about party. I want the Pack Beasts now. We can get the Electromancers later. Also, there's a definitive lack of these colors in this pack. Let's hope that was an anomaly. I don't think that was an anomaly. Let's hope pack 3 is very good to us. I think I want the Ambusher here over the Molten Blast. We've got a pretty good amount of removal going. We basically just want to be very aggro here, I think. So let's take the Ambusher and keep going. So here we get a Sneaking Guide, I suppose, which is a rogue, which I think is a little bit of a hole right now. In fact, a flat-out hole. We have no rogues. I guess we have 2 from the Pack Beast. But it can also be fine. Ravager's Mace... it just always has that +1. Okay. Does it work really? It works pretty cutely with Teeterpeak Ambusher right now. We can make it unblockable and then pump it. Same thing with Grotag, actually. So this is a fine card here. We don't want a Mucklord. We're not going to play this Hyrule Constrictor either. And Shadow's Verdict is not a good card. So let's take the guide. I guess we're on a champion here just because it's probably going to get the pump from the Pack Beast or the Scorch Rider. 4 warriors, the Pack Beast or the Ambushers and the Bug Catchers. It's going to get pumped, and I think it's better than a Highborn Vampire here. But we're going to have to find our black in pack 3, I guess. We get a Grotag Night Runner, which is a fine card. I've seen people pick this very highly, and I don't quite agree. This is one that I don't think you hit with. The Relic Robber you hit with because it has haste. Your opponent has no blockers. They have attacked you. Play an attack. This doesn't hit people, but it's a 2/3. It's a rogue. It fits the deck. It's better than a Lagak. It's better than a Barrage. We'll play a Fireblade Charger, most likely. Are we pumping it in any way on the regular? Not really, just a Ravager's Mace perhaps, but it's still a fine card. It's still a Goblin Arsonist. It's better than the Vampire. It's better than the Constrictor. It's better than the Barrage. So both red cards came back. I took the Pack Beast out of this pack. So the Black Rogue didn't come back. That's fine. We'll put in a second Scorch Rider. Not sure if we'll play it or not. We'll see. Maybe we play an Inordinate Rage. We're actually almost mono red here, to be honest. Like, we're not playing Dreadworm. We have a Deadly Alliance, a Blight Priest, and a Mace. This is something to consider for pack 3, I suppose. We'll take this Root Grazer. Apparently green-white's open. Okay. We'll take a Blade, but I don't think we'll have to play it. And we'll take a Knife. Agadeem's Awakening. Well, that's going to be hard to cast if we're mono red, but it's a pretty solid card. What do we want to cast this for? We want to cast this for like black. Probably 3. We'll probably have 3 different CMCs of creatures. We'll have 2s, 3s, and then either 1s or 4s. That ain't not bad, and I like it better than a Fisher Wizard, a Vampire, or a Subtle Strike. It's also a land, so it's a free card in our deck. So it looks like we'll still try to push black-red here rather than go the mono-red plan. Going the mono-red plan cuts out our pretty good removal, our Axe, and now cuts out the Awakening. So let's take the Awakening and see where we go from there. These packs aren't quite breaking our way. And this is just the luck of the packs. If we had been blue, we would have had our choice of cards. Not really our choice of cards. We would have taken this card 100%. But, you know, sometimes the packs just don't have your colors. So we'll take the only red card, we'll pass the only black card, and we won't see the only black card come back. Oh, well. Oh, well. Okay. Okay. I think the Skydancer is better than the Stinger for our deck. It's a rogue, which we need. It's a flyer, which is a nice bit of damage in the air. The Hellion's cute, but I don't think there's a real need for it. Stinger is a 1/4 that's probably not going to get through. We just don't have that many rogues. We have 2, 4 with the Pack Beast, and milling is not anything for us. So we'll take the Skydancer. Let's see what happens. There we go. We get a Thwart the Grave. So we are definitively black-red now. We are definitively black-red because this card's just super, super good. We get past a Thought Thief, so These three are not the blue-black player, but somebody here is definitively a blue-black player. So they'll be pretty happy with that. We're passing another spellcraft, but I think I'm fine with my 2. So let's take the thwart. And it looks like we're going to have to make some cuts. I think we'll take a skulker just to get another rogue in here, get a 2-drop. We're not necessarily milling. I don't like Oblivion's Hunger. We have a couple of champions already. I don't think we're playing the first Inordinate Rage to put in the skulker. There's nothing here that I'm going to play. Hellhound's a bad card. We don't want a Kite Sail. We already have a guide. We don't want a sneak. We're not playing any of these cards. Let's take a sneak for the sideboard, I suppose. So what do we have? We have 25 cards at the moment, and we're a 17 card deck, or a 17 land deck, I think. So we can take an Electromancer, because we are Rather Party, and this could help us double spell. We could take a Fisher Wizard to pitch extra lands. But I think I want the second Ardent Electromancer here. Here, I guess we'll take another Sky Dancer. Well, there's another Fisher. Well, Seagate Colossus actually should be pretty good in our deck, right? We have 10 Warriors, 7 Rogues, 5 Wizards, and 3 Clerics. So I think I'm pretty okay with that. Seagate Colossus. Nothing here. It looks like blue-white might have been the thing that was open, so we'll just take this on common here. We'll take a Drana Silencer, but I'm not playing a Drana Silencer in this deck. Mucklord, sure. So we've got 29, 28. We've got to make 5 cuts. Yikes. That's a lot of cuts. That's so many cuts. Look at that. I got 40 gems. I'm not recording this on my spreadsheet. Why did I even go to do that? Okay, so we're going to put in Agadeem's Awakening and take out a swamp. 5 cuts. We've got 20 creatures, so obviously we're cutting creatures just because our spells are amazing, right? Thwart, a couple synchronized, the mace, the blast. Maybe we don't need the blast, actually. Deadly Alliance, Royal, Rebuke. Yeah, we're not cutting spells. We're cutting creatures. So we need 4 creatures to cut. Blight Priest helps get us to full party. But honestly, is there that much of a difference having 3 clerics versus 2 clerics? I don't think so. All right, what are we not cutting? I don't think we're cutting the Seagate Colossus. It's big and dumb and going to be relatively cheap. We're not cutting the Runner. We're not cutting... Oops, no, come back. We're not cutting the Bug Catcher. We're not cutting the Pack Beasts. I don't believe we're cutting the Electromancers. I don't think we're cutting the Sky Dancers. I don't think we're cutting the Champions. I think we're cutting a Rider. Quite probably the Charger. It is basically just... I really wish there was a way to reset on here. Just give me a right-click sort menu. We're putting what? Maybe a Ravager's Mace on it. And that's it. Otherwise, it is just a Goblin Arsonist, which isn't that amazing. It's a warrior. We are stacked on warriors, so I don't think we need the Charger here. What's our rogue count? 7? I could conceivably cut one of these Sky Dancers, perhaps. We're looking for one last cut here. We're down to 17 creatures. Do I perhaps want to cut a Spellcraft? We've got Alliance, Eruption, Rebuke, Spellcraft for removal. That's 4 pieces of removal. So Expedition Champions, what's our warrior count now? 9? So these are going to be 4/3s. These are pretty regularly going to be 4/3s. Sneaking Guide. Explain yourself. You're making 2 ambushers be very good. You're making this get through. You're making this get through. You make that one bug catcher pretty good. You make those fine. Those are getting through anyways because they're flying. You play pretty cutely with this Grotag Night Runner. Yeah, I think we're keeping the Sneaking Guide. I keep coming back to this Sky Dancer here, and maybe we cut one of them. But that cuts our rogues down too low. Maybe I play 41 cards. We need to cut something here. Is it just a Teeter Peak Ambusher? All right, let's see what our deck looks like. Let's manually put this back together because sorting is not a thing that can be done in a going on 3+ year old program. Okay. So our creature curve looks like this. I don't think I feel that bad cutting a 2-drop. Yeah, I don't think I feel... Well, I've got to remember my creature, my party is not that bad because these pack beasts, they're whatever I need them to be at the time. What are we looking at for Electromancer here? Are we going to reliably double spell with them? What's our wizard count? Our wizard count is pretty low. I think we're cutting a rogue or a warrior. All right, let's cut an ambusher and see how that goes. So there's our 40-card deck. Let's give it a go. I think it looks like a fine deck. It's going to be a little bit draw dependent. It's not white, red, white. You must draw in the right order to win. And when you win, you're going to win hilariously easy. But it is going to, it's going to require us to not have our 5 drops in hand and 1 land. 5 drop, 5 drop, 1 land. On the play, I don't think I can keep this. We've got 2 2-drops. The one requires a mountain. I'll actually maul that. It feels bad to maul, but I'll do it. This looks a little bit better. We've got removal, so I think we'll pitch the Spellcraft. We'll play out the Awakening. But no, that doesn't give me my guide. Yeah, we're going to cut the Spellcraft and see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. See how it goes. We'll start out with Guide, move into Skulker, see if we have to play Awakening as the sad tapped land or not. What is it? The Undercrypt. Play the Guide, pass the turn. They mulled to 5. Cool. Boop. Get in for 1. And let's go with Pack Beast, because if we hit Electromancer, we'll be able to double spell, I think. Gnarlid Colony. Sure. Well, we did not hit the thing, so let's offer up a trade here. Goes for the trade, okay. So either they are going to just successfully replace that, or they're feeling that they cannot take damage. I think they were feeling they could not take damage. The Adventure Awaits into a Nectar Pot. That looks like a Thundering Rebuke target to me, just so we can keep getting damage going through, because I don't want them gaining life. That's very against our plan. Ooh, improper sequencing. Oh, wait, it's got Death Touch because this is a rogue. Yeah, never mind. Let's get in for 2. Why did I think that was a warrior? Was Bloodlust Insider a warrior? I don't know why I think of this as being Bloodlust Insider, because Bloodlust Insider gave things haste. Alright, so their own Death Toucher is different. Bloodlust Insider was a warrior. And they're going to Vastwood Surge, find some more lands, sure. They are mono green. They are mono green. Alright, so we've got a Seagate Colossus coming here, so I'm going to offer the trade to the Nightblade. And then we're going to go, oops, I have a 7/5. 7/5 with removal packed up. So they're down to 2 cards. They went and found their lands. They can cast whatever is in their hand. There's nothing in mono green they could not cast, I don't think. Maybe a Turn Timber. thingy. You know, the land thingy. So they're going to gain a life and pass a turn. Anything give death touch at instant speed? I don't think so. Zendikar, death touch, type, instant. No. No, so we should be good here. Get in for 7. The Chumperinos? The Chumperinos. Alright, let's pass that turn. Territorial Scythe Cat. That's a reasonable rebuke target. Or a Deadly Alliance target. You know what? Let's just keep jumping here. Take it, sure. And then we'll look to Deadly Alliance something here. A Zendikar. Well, boy, it would be a shame if... I don't even really care. I don't actually care. I'll take 6. I want to kill whatever they play here. They play nothing here. Cool. Boy, we are flooding like a champ, but we're also taking them to 3, so I think I'm kind of okay with that. We are going to rebuke this now, just so that we don't take, you know, some sort of wild double Might of Marasa next turn or something. And then we've got Deadly Alliance up to clean this up. Gnarlid Colony kicked, sure thing. Play your land. Build up your Scythe Cat. Sure. You should attack me with that Scythe Cat, right? Right? Do it. Do it. Just do it. Oh, they didn't just do it. Okay. We are going to kill the colony. And we'll smash on in. They'll chump the Seagate, take 1, go to 2. We'll drop a champion. And we've got them probably dead. If they can drop 2 blockers, they're okay. Right, this is a... Wait, that's a rogue. Oh, this is a Golem Warrior. What do you know? Alright, so they did not find what they needed. They thought that land would untap. That land did not untap. There we go. We did it. We did it. Despite the flood, we did it. Opponent on mono green. I mean, we were almost mono red, but mono green. I've seen that multiple times now. What's the payoff for it? You lose access to all of your removal except for Rabid Bite. But I mean, if you're the only green drafter, you can get a bunch of Rabid Bites. I guess there's also Kalni Ambush. But still, you're so reliant on having your creatures down and having them the right size. I'd prefer mono red, I think, over mono green. So yeah, what else is going on stream? Another one-lander. Okay, we're going to mull that. I streamed Among Us again, and it was super fun. I'm wondering if I should upload that stream to the channel, or if people would get very mad at Among Us appearing on the YouTube channel. It was quite fun. Played with Semulin again, and Jamie Topples and her husband, and Hunter Pence, famous baseballsman. I don't follow baseball, so I was unaware. Yeah, it was fun, and it looks like perhaps Semulin will do things somewhat weekly, so as long as I'm invited, I'll keep streaming those. Main phase 2, what you doing? What you doing? Okay. All right, we're passing the turn, and at least we're going to have an expedition champion down. We found a creature in our 17 creature deck. Or, no, I think we went down to 16 finally. So that's something that I probably want to have die, but we'll pop down a champion first. I will take 3. You can't stop me. Ow. Canopy Baloth. Well, there's a Royal Eruption target. You. Go away. Alright, so we've got removal. We've got removal. We can handle things. We just need to find one more land and not have them, like, barf out a hand or something here. Visionary, okay. Draw yourself a land. Play a land. Pass the turn. Perfect. Hey, look at that. We found a land. I'm going to offer the trade here. And then I'll flash in a Sky Dancer to trade with the Visionary. So we'll mill them for 2. Let's see what we get. And then we'll block for Visionary. The only thing that gets us is a County Ambush. Oh, okay. I guess Vastwood Fortification sort of does it. We get a Zendikar and a Rabid Bite. I think I'll just take 7 here. I'm fine taking 7. Because we can synchronize Spellcraft that Visionary. Adventure Awaits, sure. So what do you get? A creature or a blind draw? Blade, sure. No problemo. Alright, so we're going to go into defensive mode for a little bit here. Just a little bit. Let's Spellcraft the Visionary, because it's big. And they'll take 2. And then I think we might double block the Brute. Alright, so they've got something instant speed in hand. Okay. Okay. Well then. Well then. We're going to have to Deadly Alliance the Jiraga Visionary, I suppose. This is actually a really bad spot. Oh, this is a really bad spot for us if they attack with everything. Leave back the Blightblade. I'll take 6. My hope is we find a 2-drop creature that's not black. Gnarlid Colony? Sure. That is not a 2-drop creature. So we've got... Why didn't I put in separate lands? Is this 4 or is this 3? 1, 2, 3, 4. It's 4. So we've got 6 mana, so we can Deadly Alliance and Mace. So we can hook the Mace up to the Sky Dancer. Pass the turn. If they attack with everything, we're just dead. Apparently that was too slow of a hand. And they have counters up the wazoo. Show me attack with everything. Did you confirm it? You confirmed it. Concede. Okay. Okay. I mean, I guess the consistency was fine enough there. So we have to deal with a stupid amount of counters. I think we actually kind of want an inordinate rage here. And we're at 16 creatures. Maybe a rage over one of these spellcrafts. Let's go with that. Let's go with that. It's kind of hurt that we've had to mull both games. Let's hope we don't have another one-lander here. That would be nice. Play first. It's a 2-lander with a 2-drop and a 2-drop and a 3-drop. Gonna keep that. Gonna keep that. Show me, like, land off the top. Anything that's not, like, a 5-drop on the top would be amazing. And I think we're going to lead with Skulker. Blocks ever so slightly better. Just because I don't think we're not going to have anything that we want to throw away. Our lands are going to be very precious to us for a little bit. Opponent thinking about their mull. You should do it. Just throw those cards away. All those cards into here. All of them into there. Just do it. Come on. Come on. So what else? Commander Legends is coming up soon. I will not play it. I don't play multiplayer Magic. I don't play multiplayer Magic for prizes. Not my jam. Not my jam. Kaladesh Remastered, I probably just won't bother making content for. It's going to be best of one, and best of one just makes me angry. So yeah, we will continue playing Zendikar Rising through and through and through. Innistrad will, of course, be back for Halloween, so there will be a lot of Innistrad on the 24-hour stream. Maybe, I guess, also on the Wednesday stream of that week. Oh, God, I'm not disconnected, am I? No, that looks like it's them. Looks like it's them. Are they ghosting me? Are they trying to find me on Twitch right now? Failing to understand that I'm not streaming on Twitch? Let me check chat. Nope. Nobody's in chat. Just me and MTG bot. Well, I'll take my win. I will take my win. Boop, go. Make the countdown appear. Make the countdown appear. So, I mean, I think we had a pretty good start to this game. You know, I don't think we'll get to see our next draw if they just time out, unfortunately. But, like, if our next draw is a land, I feel amazing because we're going Skulker into Champion, potentially into Rider to make the Champion big and have a pair of 4-power creatures on the board. If our next draw is a 2-drop, I feel really good. If our next drop's a 3-drop, we have another chance at a land. Really, the only bad thing would be hitting like a synchronized spellcraft, or maybe the Thwart the Grave. But otherwise, I think we would have been fine. But it does look like we're just going to get the win. And I don't question how I get my wins. No questions asked. Kaboom. Cool. 1-0. All right. 1-0. Let's go on in to match 2. Let's see if we can make it 2-0. I haven't 3-0'd in a while. Bajillion 2-1s. And a couple of 1-2s. But a bajillion 2-1s. I guess my stream actually on Wednesday was not very good. I didn't record those. I didn't record those in my spreadsheet. They will be up on YouTube. One already is of bad Magic Day. But hopefully today is a good Magic Day. We're going to play first. That's the plan. 2 lands, 2-drop, 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 3-drop that gives me more mana, 3-drop. That's a fantastic hand for us. We're going to go Bug Catcher into probably Runner here. I guess we're going to have to hit a land, aren't we? But we'll get there. We'll get there. Failing hitting a land, we can still just Pack Beast or Rebuke, whatever scary thing this is. There was nothing scary there. Yeah, we'll go Runner, maybe get Anticogged here, but that's okay. We'll still get in for 2, and we'll get an Anticog out of their hand. Let's get in for 3. They have something in their hand that's instant speed, and not only in response, I think. Probably an Into the Royal would be my guess. Blue-red, haven't gotten to play blue-red in a long time. Definitely one of my favorite colors. So they got a Stalker. So what happens here? We go Electromancer and we get all the mana back. So this is a free spell. And then we can Rebuke the Stalker and drop a Pack Beast. Seems good. Seems good. Let's do that. Let's Rebuke the Stalker. Drop a Pack Beast. Smash on in for 6? 7? In for 7. And we have to do this. Goodbye, Skulker. Nice knowing you. And now our Seagate Colossus costs 3. Holy moly. Our deck did its thing. It did its thing. Looks like they're trying to figure out what to sphere here. Yeah. Or snare. They're going to snare the Bug Catcher. That's fine. Geyser Mage, no bounce. A-OK. So we can give Menace to our... We're really never using that Runner, eh? So we give Menace to our Pack Beast, and its 6 power. They have to block one of these. And they're going to go to either 1 or 2 here. And we have a mace to give something menace. So yeah, let's give that to the Pack Beast. In with team. They'll block the 3/2. Can we play? Okay, so if we top deck a land, we can play it because it doesn't say cast. Spellcraft, that would have been nice. So now they're stuck on dealing with the mace more than they are dealing with the Pack Beast. Because we can move the mace over and give something else menace. But boy, the deck just fired on all cylinders there. Nimble Trap Finder. Okay, 1 blocker. So a second blocker still doesn't do it because my Night Runner just gets through. And they're just going to pass the turn. So we're going to drop a 7/5 just so that it's down. And we're going to smash. So they can't block the Pack Beast, so they must be blocking the Night Runner and bouncing the Pack Beast. Yeah, that's what it is. And that's fine. So they have to jump there. We've got still lethal coming through. They still need 2 blockers, 3 blockers, because we can just put the mace on something. And what do we have right now? Party of 2. Maybe if they had like Bubble Snare, that would buy them a turn because they could snare. They do not. We did it. We did it. Let's do it again. Blue, red, blue, red, blue, red. What do we do about blue, red? Do we try to go even faster, maybe? Molten Blast is just artifact. Just artifact, not enchantment. Didn't see any of their red, only saw their blue. Their blue's decent. Quite decent. I can see, once again, taking away a Spellcraft. And maybe popping in the Rage. Let's try that. Let's try that. There's also a possibility of Molten Blast. Blue does have a lot of X2. So just red for that matter. But let's see if we can do that again. Give me another good hand like that. And let's curve out. That wasn't even curving out. That was cheating out. That free wizard on 3 was definitely the game changer. So we got a Fisher Wizard to throw away one of these mountains that we don't need. Pack Beast as well. Spellcraft to clear the way. I like it. And that was not a mulligan. That was not a mulligan. Windrobber on 1. Okie dokes. Not a huge fan of Windrobber in anything other than rogues. 1 damage is not that impactful. 1 mil is not that impactful. You've really got to get up to 8 to get that turned on. But doesn't matter if they're just going to run me over here. They are the curve out deck now. Pitch one of these mountains, see what we draw. Another swamp, cool. So if they play a party member, that can't be blocked. That's unfortunate. They need full party, which they're not going to get, probably because they don't have clerics. Okay, 2 Windrobbers, sure. Ow, ow. Mill away. Goodbye, Electromancer. That would have been nice. Okay, I guess we're going to go... So you're 4 mana next turn? There's no way they're going to trade that Windrobber, right? Didn't think so. Let's get a Pack Beast down and a Guide. So then we have a really cheap Seagate Colossus. And then a pretty powerful Spellcraft. So we can't block here this turn, unfortunately. Doesn't look like they're bringing in the Trap Finder anyways. So I'll take 2. I'll mill 2. Still only be at 5 cards, so they're not going to draw cards or anything. Fine by me. Could have used that Rebuke. Would have been nice. Would have been nice. Ooh, a Ravager's Mace, eh? I think I still just want the Colossus. Yeah, let's pop down the Colossus. Get ourselves a 7/5 here. And let's make, I don't know. No. Oh, full control, please. Fisher Wizard in. And let's make that Fisher Wizard unblockable. Oh! Sneaking Guide's awful. I've never played the card. I've heard people say that it's decent. You have to pay 2 for that? To hell with Sneaking Guide. That card is trash. I was thinking this card was legitimately okay. I thought it was Goblin Shortcutter. No, not Goblin Shortcutter. Goblin Pathfinder? Goblin Path Maker. You know the card that I'm talking about. There's a 2/1 Goblin that you tap to make creature with power 2 or less unblockable. You tap it. You don't pay 2 mana for it. Who the hell pays 2 mana for them? So we are not synchronized spell crafting. We are, I think, just Ravager's Macing. Because they're, I would bet they're holding an ACOG. Let's put it on the Sneaking Guide, make that Sneaking Guide actually in some way minorly useful. What a trash card. Trash card. That needs to come out of the deck. That's going to be a Goblin Arsonist. 2 mana to attack, or to activate. That's nuts. Alright, they can keep doing 2 a turn. I don't care. They're not milling me out, and they're not killing me 2 a turn here, with me hitting them for 5 a turn. I'll spellcraft that. You best believe I will spellcraft that. Boop. Spellcraft that. They'll take 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. They're going to go to 6 here. They're going to be a little bit locked into not attacking. Oh, Sneaking Guide's so bad. YouTube commenters, go back in time and remind me before match 3 to make that change to my deck. Royal Eruption. You do what you gotta do. Jace. Not the biggest deal. Not the biggest deal. If I can find a land here, we can Pack Beast, equip the Mace, and hit for 4, take him to 2. But I really want to find a land here. And they scryed top. So they're finding their answers. Capture Sphere is not going to do it, though. They're banking on me not equipping the Mace. Okay. Okie dokie. Land. This works, right? I'm going to get 2 mana back. So I'm going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, no, I only get 2 mana back. Damn it. Damn it. I could get 3 mana back. Yeah, I can get 3 mana back. All right, let's go boop boop, Pack Beast. And then let's get 3 mana back. And then drop the champion. And hey, look, a full party. A full party. So we'll attack, and they will block, and they will sack and draw a card, and that's fine. Because I think they're locked into not attacking. And we've got a Ravager's Mace to equip. But it all depends on what they just scryed to the top there. They also scryed, the card on top of their library right now is also scryed there. So they've got a land. They've got an Akum Warrior. Okay, so they found a blocker, basically. They're going to scry 2. They're going to put 1 on top at least, because they already have 1 on top they wanted. Top, bottom. Okay, so they put the top card back. They are locked into blocking with that Akum Warrior. So, what do? We Ravager's Mace up the Electromancer and We have lethal, right? We Ravager's Mace the Electromancer. It's a 6/2. They have to block it or they die. Which, yeah, we have the win here. We equip the Electromancer, we attack with team, and we win. Because they have to block the 6/2 or they have to block the 4/3 and the 2/1. They don't have a choice. They are dead. Either way. They're making me go through all the steps, but we 2-0'd here. Kaboom! We 2-0'd through our mistake of Goblin whatever it's called, Goblin Trash card. And we're going to remove that trash card right now. Before I click play. Goodbye, trash card. Hello, not trash card. I'm always cutting this spellcraft for an Inordinate Rage, but I also never draw the Inordinate Rage. Let's keep it as is for the finals here. All right, let's 3-0. 3-0 would feel nice. 2-1, also fine, but 3-0 would feel nice. So we've got what? We've got weeks of this left, right? We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, maybe 11 weeks left of this is my guess, or maybe 11 weeks from now I'll be doing the set review. 11 or 12, 10, 11 or 12 weeks left of this before the set review, which is good that I'm enjoying it so much because I'm happy to play it for another 10 to 11 weeks. Not sure if the viewership numbers will reflect everyone's interest in watching this for 10 to 11 weeks, but ain't got nothing else to do. I guess I could check the MTGO calendar, see what's coming up there. I know there's a cube, but I don't play cube. Cube and me don't get along. I know Innistrad's coming back for Halloween. We'll play first here. There is Innistrad's Supreme Draft, which I'm not going to do because I definitely think Supreme Draft was one of the dumbest things I've ever done. This is not a dumb keep, though. This is a great keep. We got Vintage Masters flashbacks. I won't be playing that. Supreme Chaos Draft. Nope. A whole bunch of cubes, and I'm just not a cube person. Okay, so I really need that third land. So I might actually Fisher Wizard away something here. Although Wizard is really bad, followed up with Electromancer. So maybe we just, yeah, let's just hope that we draw the land here. It's a, it's a reasonable-ish odds. And if we don't, then we can do Fisher Wizard to find what we need. A Fireblade Charger, eh? They might just let that through. Oh no, it doesn't have haste unless it's equipped. Never mind. Yeah, you know what? Let's find that land that we need. Let's pitch the champion. We have another champion. And if we find a red source, we get the charger, and then we have almost full party. So yeah, let's pitch the champion. Didn't find a red source. Found another warrior. No attacks. So they're black-white, probably clerics, which is a very good deck. Mildly forcible, but not if there's multiple clerics drafters. This card, not as good in the clerics deck. It's fine. It's a cleric, so you'll play it. But this is definitely more for like the party deck, I think. We'll take 2 here. Well, there's our red source. So what can we do? We can Ardent Electromancer and get back 2 mana. And then drop a charger. Man, there's a lot of dust in here. I wonder if my mute button still works. I don't think it does. I have to hack up a lung. Okay. Let's go Ardent Electromancer, get our mana back, drop our charger. And then I think we'll smash. Because I don't think they're going to trade this Blight Priest. The Blight Priest is vital to their plan. Absolutely vital. Is this the mute button? Let's hope. I need to dust real bad. I can see it everywhere. Skyclave Cleric going to gain a couple of life. The life gain is what's going to really wreck us. Absolutely wreck us. So they're going to gain 1, or gain, they're going to gain 1. I'm going to lose 2, sure. Pass of the turn. Damn, that That lack of fourth land is gonna hurt us something fierce here. We are not attacking. We really needed land off the top. Really badly. I am wondering if we bring in Molten Blast. This deck's going to have a lot of very important X2s, namely the Blight Priest here. So I think I'm pretty happy trading a Spellcraft for a Molten Blast. They're swinging on in. This seems like a really bad attack for them. I'll take 5, and I get to kill 2 of their Blight Priests. It's fine by me. Woof. Let's come in with our 3/2. If I trade with their Protector, that's cool. Alright, so 4th land, we get a Colossus down. 5th land, we start picking things off. Soul Shatter, goodbye, tapped Electromancer. You served me okay. Woof. Alright, well, they're almost out of cards, and I can reestablish. Boy, howdy, can I reestablish. So let's drop down to 4/3, pass the turn. So we found our opening. Our opening is they flood just a little bit here. And we play Gigantor creatures. Gloomhunter, sure, that's a spellcraft target if we find a land. Because that is dealing 2 damage a turn. Which is no bueno. That is 3 damage a turn, which is no bueno. Didn't find the land, but the Sky Dancer is going to be a surprise kill. It's still going to drain us for 2, but we're going to be able to trade that. And I think I'd rather get that down than the Seagate Colossus. So let's do this. So we're going to go to 7. But we're going to get rid of that Sky Hunter and still have our Spellcrafts back for when we find a land. Sky Dancer. Mill. What do we get? Show me good stuff. Oh, we got a Raptor and a Shelter. Okay. Good to know they have Shelter. Show me a land. Down to 6. Not a land. Not a land. So we're going to go to 3. And ask again to find a land. And for them to have no other ways of gaining life in the deck that is all about gaining life. So if there was a best deck in the format, I would say this is the best deck in the format. But I need y'all to stop thinking about what the best and worst decks are in the format. Whoa, that's not something they should have played. They should have kept that in hand. The best deck in the format is the one that is open at your table. And the worst deck in the format is the one that is not open at your table. I think we just have to... We have to push here. Like, yes, if they have removal, we're in trouble. But we need to push damage. Especially because the second Spellcraft puts them to 3. Because our blocks here are great. Blood Beckoning. Okay, they did it. They did it. Pretty close there at the end. Pretty close there at the end. Us getting stuck on lands hurt us a lot there. All right, we need to get rid of one of these Spellcrafts and get in a Molten Blast. There's a lot of targets for that. And go back in. So we didn't see any Celebrants. We didn't see any repeatable life gain, which is really, really, really important for that deck. It looks like they might actually be relying on the Bat and then just hoping for those Clerics. So Blight Priests are priority targets. And that's about it. And drawing lands is what we got to do. Can't do anything if your lands don't show up. Play in first, or if too many of your lands show up. We'll keep this. We'll keep this. We can jam a Ravager's Mace on Pack Beast if nothing else happens. Totally fine with that. But if we see a Core Celebrant come down from them, we are dead. Because Core Celebrants lined up with Blight Priests is kind of nutty. Man, the RTX almost takes out my pops. All right. No drop, good. Draw a land, cool. We need those to some extent. No 2-drop, that's what I like. Ooh, a Sky Dancer. All right, let's get in for 2, pass the turn. We'll flash in the Sky Dancer and then probably jam the Mace on something. Maybe the Sky Dancer. Core Celebrant. We're in danger. Myriad Construct. Okay. Yeah. Let's strap the Mace on the Pack Beast. Get in for 6. And then next turn we've got Pack Beast kill their Blight Priest would be amazing. Please play a Blight Priest. Please play a Blight Priest. Do not play a Disenchant. I guess they saw my Stonework Colossus thingy. Is that even what it's called? They saw my big golem, so I could see them maybe bringing in a Disenchant. All right, this is great. There's very little that'll blow us out here. They won't attack because they want to double block. So yeah, we're going to Molten Blast the... No, Jesus. We're going to Molten Blast the Protector. Play the Pack Beast. Get in for 7. Take him to 7. And perhaps close this up pretty fast. Ooh. Attack? I'm assuming they're holding their own Deadly Alliance. Sure, that's fine. So we'll hit for 2 in the air, and then we'll move the Mace over to the other Pack Beast. Land for turn. Deadly Alliance their play, and finish them off. Surely they don't have another Deadly Alliance. Malakir Blood Priest. Alright, gain some life. God, incidental life gain is so good. The past couple of years, they finally made life gain good in Limited. And it turns out, sometimes too good. In some games, it feels too good. Ooh, did you just lose the game? Did you just lose the game? I think they just lost the game. Woof. Okay, well, that was close. I think we need to push more damage. How can I push more damage? I don't think I can really push more damage. Like, what would I take out for an Inordinate Rage? I like all my spells. I really like all my spells. Let's go back in. If it works like that again, we're great. If they don't assemble Blight Priest, right? Blight Priest is what makes that deck work. More so, I think, than the Black-White Gold card. The Black-White Gold card is great, but it just gets killed. So this is unfortunate. This is the first way we lose. There's actually, there's almost an argument for keeping this if this was a mountain instead of a swamp. But as a swamp, we're not keeping that. That's better. I think we just have to pitch the Seagate Colossus and hope we go all speedy-like here. 1/1 is the start of being speedy-like. Top decking a 2-drop would be amazing. Absolutely amazing. No 2-drop, please. Blood Priest, sure. I'll offer the trade if you want. It's a very bad race. You should absolutely not take the trade. Okay. Deal 1 to him. Then I guess we'll follow up with a Night Runner here. Don't play a Blight Priest or a Celebrant. Oof. They did what I asked. They're a nice Magic player. Yeah, we're going to drop a Runner here. So Electromancer next turn gives me back 2 mana. So I'll have 3. So I can Electro and Blast. It's not bad. Especially if they play a Blight Priest that I can blast here. Myriad Construct. Ugh. Yuck. So it's whenever somebody targets a spell at it, they get 4 1/1s. Okay. Okay. So I could play Electromancer and Ambusher. I could play Ambusher, and then Electromancer is free next turn. I guess let's do that, just in case we draw something that's better to double spell with. But that construct is kind of a pain. It's so many blockers. Yikes. Land for turn, sure thing. In for 4. You got it. I mean, if you want to race, I'm happy to race. Happy to race. Let's go Electromancer. And then let's shoot the Blight Priest, or the Blood Priest. And just have blockers back. Then we've got Spellcraft for their next creature. Of course, Celebrant. We will definitely Spellcraft that. Absolutely. Gloom Hunter. Well, we're going to have to deal with that before we find a Blight Priest. Or before they find a Blight Priest. Let's kill the Celebrant. Pass the turn. That 4/4 is going to stonewall us, though. I think that's going to win them the game. We don't have a clean way of dealing with it. I guess the Mace gets us around. Deadly Alliance, sure. Yeah, I'll take 5. Jesus Christ, deck. So we've got 6 mana for Arena. Just don't be a pile of freaking garbage. 4. Why can't they put a 4 there, right? Why can't they put a 4 there? They put a 5 there. They put a 7 there. So we could double pump. So I guess we're just on blocks here now. Because we're not racing that. We're dealing 4 a turn. Come on. No, I didn't want to activate it. All right. We lost this one. There's basically no coming back from this. Skydancer certainly doesn't pull it off. Gives us a turn. Not coming back, and Arena is reached its limit for me playing it today without hating its guts. So we're going to block there. I've got to remember to make sure that I play different basic lands so that they actually split out as opposed to just being piles of unreadable numbers. Yeah, I think we drew a little bit too many lands in very much the wrong order. But hey, I'll take a 2-1. 2-1's totally fine. Hopefully you're still enjoying Zendikar Rising. I know a lot of people had issues with it and then just kind of gave up on it, which is unfortunate because I think that this is a very good draft format. I think this is a poster child of what a good draft format looks like. Things are balanced. You can't just force yourself into something. The draft is not on rails. You may be black-white, but you may not be clerics. You may be black-white party. You may be black-white control. There's all these different things floating around. It's not on rails. It's super enjoyable. So let me know how Zendikar Rising is going for you. Make sure you come check out the 24-hour stream on Halloween. It's going to be a good time with a ton of giveaways and all kinds of fun stuff like that. Yeah, let me know whatever you want to let me know in the comments down below. As always, you can find me over on Twitter, Twitch, Facebook. You can find me at patreon.com/ShamanAleek if you want to help out that way. The Patreons absolutely keep this channel going. You can go to inkedgaming.com/ShamanAleek if you're going to buy anything from there to let them know that I sent you. And of course, like, share, subscribe is the easiest way. But if you do have any questions, comments, or suggestions, let me know. Otherwise, see y'all next time.